Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. Hope you're able to hear me. Let me turn up the volume a bit. Any issues, just let me know. Okay. And welcome. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing this talit this evening, and you're in for a treat. I'm going to tell you why very soon. And you're going to be in for sort of a show and tell. So let's begin with words of Shalom Aleichem, welcoming in peace, something we sorely need. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Atzeitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Welcoming in the Sabbath Bride, which is one of the great features of the Friday evening service, L'cha Dodi. But before that, there are 6 psalms that usher in L'cha Dodi, one for each day of the week. We split it, we say 3 of them, but there are actually 6 psalms. Each day of the week has certain Kiddushah, certain holiness, but ultimately it's geared towards bringing us to this special day, to this special redemption. We're going to talk a little bit about redemption this evening. It's also a holiday that's being celebrated called Juneteenth. Many of you might be familiar with it, and we'll be talking about that as well. But these psalms are the bridge that brings us to the 7th day, which is Shabbat. So let's begin with L'chu Niranina. L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina l'Adonai. L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina l'Adonai. Naria, Naria, Litzor Yishenu Nikatma Fana Bitoda. Naria, Naria, Litzor Yishenu Izmirot Naria La. L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina l'Adonai. L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina, L'chu Niranina l'Adonai. Last week, we added on the words of the second of the 6 psalms, Shiru L'Adonai, Psalm number 96. We say the words, Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel ha'aretz yiram hayom umlo'o. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad. Let the sea and all within it praise God. And that's so beautiful, because one of the beautiful things about Shabbat is experiencing nature, going outside and just appreciating the gift of life, the beautiful trees. In this area, we happen to live near the bay, and that's something beautiful as well. And who do we give thanks for all of these wonderful things? We give thanks to God, but those things also thank God as well. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Psalm number 99, exalt the Lord our God and worship at God's holy mountain, for the Lord our God is holy. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu hishtachavu leharei kodsho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu leharei kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romimu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romimu romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu leharei kodsho. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha hishmianu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet. V'letihila lehechadodi lehikakala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nei lecha ki mikor ha'beracha perosh mikedem nisucha sof ma'aseh. B'machshava tchila lehechadodi lehikrat kahala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret b'hala gam b'simacha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala lehechadodi lekrat kahala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Well, very nice Erev Shabbat. Welcome everyone who's with us. Delighted to have you. We're going to continue with the watchword of our faith, words of Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. V'yahaveta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher nochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'techa v'lechtecha v'derech u'pshoch v'chav kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha Uchtavtam al mizuzot beitecha uvisharecha. So now we come to our feature presentation. Some people have been sending comments. They say, you got to spice this up a little bit. YouTube, it's like television. It's a visual medium. And I said, that's a very good idea. So we are engaged in, just did the Shema. And as you may or may not know, the Shema has actually 3 paragraphs. All right, I'll tell you in a minute what we're coming to. 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph we just did, we usually do all 3 paragraphs, but this, of course, is an informal service. The first paragraph from the book of Deuteronomy deals with observing the mitzvot. You shall love the Lord your God and do all the commandments, etc. The second paragraph talks about that's v'hayim shemoah. The first is v'ahavta. The second is v'hayim shemoah. Also from the book of Deuteronomy, talks about personal responsibility. Okay, the what will happen if we obey the commandments? What will happen if we don't obey the commandments, etc. Now you have the most interesting one, which is in this week's Torah portion, the third and final paragraph of the Shema, which is called the Vayomer. And in that paragraph, we are told to do this. We are told to wear tzitzit, to wear this garment called tzitzit, hakanaf pitil techelet. That's in this week's Torah portion called Shalach. Now, what's interesting about that? If you look at this, hakanaf pitil techelet, it's telling you to perform the mitzvah of tzitzit. You may find something a little bit unusual about this pair of tzitzit. Anybody know what that might be? Perhaps something to do with the color, correct? Usually, you may think that's a little bit strange because the usual tzitzit that you're used to is usually something like this, fully white, correct? Fully white. This is the usual tzitzit that you're probably accustomed to seeing, at least most of you. So what is this all about? Well, it's about this. It is about the following. The Torah specifically says in the third paragraph of the Shema, it says, Hakanaf pitil techelet, you shall have fringes, but blue fringes on a four-cornered garment. Now, by the way, who's required to wear tzitzit? It's if you're wearing a four-cornered garment, you're supposed to attach to it these tassels. If you're not, you're obviously not obligated to do it. Obviously, there is a deeply rooted custom to wear this in the synagogue during davening every single morning. For example, it's similar to a mezuzah, what we put on the doorpost of our house, right? The Jewish symbol. If somebody is homeless, clearly they're not obligated to put up a mezuzah. So if you don't have a four-cornered garment like this, you're not obligated to wear tzitzit. But we do wear the four-cornered garments. Why? Because it says at the end of the parasha, you shall be reminded to perform all of the commandments. These things, this garment, this ritual garment reminds you to perform all of the commandments. That's why many have the custom, to kiss the tzitzit. Some have the custom to look at the tzitzit as they are saying the words tzitzit. So what is the blue all about? The Torah specifically says you shall have these blue strings, it's like a blush color. It was obtained from the fluid of a sea creature called the chilazon. That was some kind of snail. And what was the issue with that? It had to have a certain dye from the snail. And during a long period of time ago, you're talking about in 63 BCE, the Romans seized control of all of the dye, this kind of dye from the special snail. And that was the end of it. You didn't see it for a very, very, very long time. For many generations, all you saw were these white tzitzit. You did not see the blue. You saw the white. So how come now you're starting to see the blue? Why is that? Because many years ago, at the creation of the state of Israel, the great Rabbi Isaac Herzog, of blessed memory, who was the first chief rabbi, he was the chief rabbi of Ireland, believe it or not, and then he was the chief rabbi of Israel, discovered a certain kind of tchelet in his research, a certain kind of dye. Where did this dye come from? It actually came from a French zoologist or something like that, who had discovered what's called a murex. A murex was the certain kind of snail that actually gave off the dye, the original dye. That's what it's believed by many. And because you can discover This snail today, especially in Israel, they're quite familiar with it. They're aware of this again. Blue has come back into fashion. And it only became popular, I'd say, within the last 30 years. They're quite expensive, by the way. They're quite expensive. Now, there's a big debate. According to many, the snail is not the actual chilazon that the Torah was referring to. It's not. It's just not, and that's why they continue to wear the white tzitzit. Happens to be, I never grew up with the blue threads. But, I was always wondering about it. And over the last couple of years, I gave it particular attention. And I said, I have to get it, but it was a hard thing to get. It's quite expensive. And, in Brooklyn, it's not the easiest thing to obtain. You'd have to get the shawl and the tzitzit separately, and then you have to put it together, etc. I happened to have been in Teaneck earlier this year for a Shiva visit. And I went to the Judaica place. This was obviously a while ago before the coronavirus happened and all that. And it just so happened they were selling these garments in Teaneck, New Jersey. And I said, why not? It's a wonderful thing. If we could perform the mitzvah the way the Torah tells us to perform it with the blue threads, why not? Why not? It's a wonderful thing to do. In our congregation, the talitot that we give out during the service has the white threads, not the blue. But, we'll get to that one day and giving out the blue threads. But it's certainly something that you should be aware of. This is the original mitzvah. It is the way it's supposed to be. And I thought I would share that with you. And I thank you for your attention. And in that spirit, let us read the third paragraph of the Shema. The Vayomer, it's very short. Let us read it. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael, ve'amarta alehem va'asu lahem tzitzit, al kanfei bigdeihem lidorotam v'natnu al tzitzit, hakanof piti al techelet, v'hayolachem li tzitzit, uritem oto zecharatem et kol mitzvot, Adonai vasitem otam v'lo tatzuru, acharei levavachem v'acharei nechem asher atem zonim achareihem, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. And then we always continue, emet ve'emunah kol zot. All of this, we maintain our faith that it is true and certain. Now, generally, after the Shema, we have the blessing of redemption. It's important to remember in redemption that today, June 19th, is the 155th anniversary of Black freedom in this country. When slavery ended, it is Juneteenth. It's not a popular holiday, by the way, but it is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the conclusion of slavery, the ending of slavery in the United States. And that's what makes it a very, very important holiday for everyone. Everyone in the United States should strive for freedom for all people without exception. And I just want to share with you in honor of Juneteenth a beautiful reading from another prayer book. It is the Union Sinai edition. I want to read you this beautiful prayer. All this we hold to be true and sure. We have only one God and there is none else. May the righteous of all nations rejoice in God's love and exult in God's justice. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore. You shall not hate your brother or sister in your heart. The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor, asked God. The Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy. Speaking of freedom, we turn now thankful for the freedom, for the gift of Shabbat, with words of Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lahasot et HaShabbat L'dorotam bereit haolam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lahasot et HaShabbat L'dorotam bereit haolam. Bein Yuvein v'nei Yisrael oti leolam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat l'hasot et HaShabbat l'dorotam bereit olam. At this time, let's take a moment for some silent meditation. Prayers for peace, any prayer from your own heart. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Want to take the opportunity to wish some mazal tovs. If you have a mazal tov of your own or know of one, you certainly can feel free to key it in. Want to firstly wish a happy birthday to my grandmother, celebrating a very special birthday today, Harriet Laufer. Mazal tov, it's a milestone birthday. We should all reach that very valuable age. And may you have lots of nachat and make it the best year of your life. Graduations also, we have wonderful graduations here in the congregation. One of them is a very fine young lady by the name of Layla. Parents Lital and Stephen, and you may know, and grandparents are Alan, Helene, and graduating from pre-K. Now it's fascinating celebrating the aged, celebrating the young. It's a wonderful balance, wonderful thing to do. So Mazal Tov, lots of nachat to you. Many, many happy years ahead, only good things. Eli is graduating elementary school from the Mark Twain School, very good school. Mazal Tov to you. It's a wonderful thing. I remember it was a year ago you celebrated your bar mitzvah here in the congregation. Mazal Tov to his parents, to Leonid, and to Ina, and to Emily, and to Dina, and the entire family. Mazal Tov, many, much more nachat ahead. And at this time, we're going to, if there's any other Mazal Tov, let me know. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for the good wishes. We also, at this time, want to recite the Misha Berach for those who are ill. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah v'Barech et HaCholim v'et HaCholot. You have names of people who are ill. Please go ahead and recite those names. I want to mention Jerry Karen, Ludmia Belenkaya, Huddle Bas Taiba, Sally Anderson. May they have a refuah shalem. If there are any other names, please mention them at this time. Any additional names, they should have a refuah shalema. Ludmia Belenkaya, it's refuah shalema. Any names? And may the Holy One who blessed our Sharon Resnick. Thank you for that, Sharon Resnick. Thank you. Diane D'Angelo. Okay. May they know only of the renewal of body and renewal of spirit, and to that we say Amen. Want to mention those, if you have a yard site of someone, please mention that name also. Those who have gone to their eternal home recently, Cecile Matzner, Charles Eisenstein, and Robert Bloom. May their memories be for a blessing. Ose shalom b'maromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yahaseh shalom. Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. By the way, one of the things this also reminds us of is the blue stands for the purity of doing mitzvot. When we do a mitzvah, when we do something that's good, that's valuable, we need to do it with the purest of intentions, with the greatest of intentions, and not with any ulterior motives, but as we say in Pirkei Avot, in Ethics of the Fathers, schar mitzvah mitzvah, the reward for a mitzvah is the mitzvah itself. And in that spirit, I want to thank everyone who has joined us here this evening. All have come with very, very good intentions to do a wonderful mitzvah, to get together in the midst of great difficulty in the world, and to bring light into this world, to bring Shabbat, peace into the world, to bring tranquility into this world. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that you are doing, where I'll continue, God willing, next week again. And I'm just going to end with a couple of short songs. And in 2 weeks, by the way, another holiday, Independence Day, and we'll be having a special service for that as well. So there's always lots of holidays, not just they used to say that by the Jews every day is another holiday, but it turns out even by non-Jews, there's a lot of holidays as well. Anyway, let's sing one song, Rejoicing in the Shabbat, words of Yismechu v'Malachutecha, and then words of Shabbat Shalom. Yismechu v'Malachutecha, Yismechu v'Malachutecha, Shomerei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei Onik Shabbat. Amikadishe Shabbat, Amikadishe Shvi Shabbat, Amikadishe Shabbat, Amikadishe Shvi Shabbat, Kulam Yisbu V'tanengu Mitu V'cha Shabbat. Bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Don't forget, by the way, an important announcement to make sure to vote. Voting is very, very important. Every vote counts. There's early voting. And after Shabbat, take a look on the internet about that. And then there's an election coming up, I believe, on June 23rd. So it's our participation in that process is of the utmost importance. So please keep that in mind. Please also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we thank you again. May we be inspired, everyone, all people of the world, to beat our swords into plowshares and to come to see the Tselem Elohim, the image of God inherent in every human being. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.